All right, let's quickly start with a writing class. Today I've got a super awesome essay which looks all perfect, but today we'll understand what all mistakes the essay hides, which is not actually visible to the naked eye because it is blindfolded. All I'm gonna do is I'm gonna just come near you and help you unfold that particular blindfold. Untie that, you will figure out the mistakes, and you don't do the same mistakes in the exam, you get a good score. As simple as that. So let's quickly understand. Some people think that employers should not care about the way their employees dress, because what matters is the quality of the work. Whether you wear this or that is not going to make a difference. To what extent do you agree? So now the question is, to what extent? Whenever you have this, to what extent, you can either agree, you can either disagree completely, or you can go with partial agreement. That additional option is there. If you say I completely agree, means second paragraph also you need to agree, third paragraph also you need to agree. But let's say you disagree, then second paragraph you can disagree, third paragraph also you need to disagree, meaning you need to generate the same set of ideas from the same side for both the paragraphs. If you think you have the right ideas in your mind, go ahead with it. If you think, nope, getting the ideas, like twice on the similar lines is quite difficult, then go with partial agreement. If you partially agree, just like the person has done it here, second paragraph, you agree. Third paragraph, you disagree. Meaning, second paragraph, you agree, meaning sometimes I agree, in some cases I disagree. That is called I partially agree to this. That's what this person has smartly done. So let's understand if Fatima has done it in the right way or not. All right. There is a huge debate regarding the quality of the work and the way employees style themselves at work. Same thing has been rewritten in different words. Some people argue that bosses do not pay attention to clothes. However, they're highly concerned about the quality of the work. I partially agree with this to this. And this essay, I'll discuss this perspective in detail, actually, not details, in detail. All right, this is fine. First paragraph is not a priority. All I want is this. I completely agree. I partially agree. I disagree. I partially agree. So now here agree, here disagree. To what? Some people think that employers should not. See, pay more attention. The question is not what employers are doing. The question is what employers should do. The question is something different. This is a reading skill. Let's say, like I ask some, like 10 students here lined up one by one and ask them what does question mean. All 10 will interpret the question in a different way. And that's the reality. The question is not employers are caring about what employees do. No, what employers are doing, that's not the question. The question is what owners should do. They should not care about what dress the employee is wearing, because what matters is the quality of the work. If you answer in a way that employers are doing this, then no marks. What employers should do, what owners, employers means owners, employee is a worker. So let's see what the essay says. To begin with, bosses are concerned about, this is wrong. Bosses should be concerned. The way you represent it, now it completely changes. Otherwise, the essay is written towards some other question. What is asked and what is written, they both are completely different things. With this small narrative change, should be concerned. What was written? Employers or bosses are concerned about the excellence of the work performed by employees because better work generates revenue for the company. Idea is good, but the question is not what employers or what owners are doing, what owners should do. This means that's a connector, linking word. Seniors, see, now the person has watched some YouTube video. In that YouTube video, some random person has told, if you repeat the word, you will be shot. The IDP people, the IELTS people will come to your house. The next day, they take a gun and they do this. They put a bomb like the one happened in Bangalore today. That's why the person is scared and the person is trying to use the bosses with the word seniors. Do seniors, do employees mean seniors? Anybody? Hello? I hope everyone is here. Do owners mean seniors? Absolutely no. So don't do it. You can rewrite. This means bosses, you're not gonna be shot. Nobody will, get AK-47 and shoot you. 100% no. I can write on a bond paper. Trust me on this. So don't do this. First of all, don't watch the YouTube those videos which just divert you. Bosses are not bothered by employees' casual clothes or their way of style. Rather, they're interested in good quality of work, which is considered a positive sign of growth for the company. Don't you think this entire thing is written same? Just beating around the bush. Correct? Whatever is written in the first line, same thing is written in the second line too. Probably the person here should could have read. This means that even if they wear a dress that doesn't promote the culture of the company or that may promote the negative side, still it doesn't matter as long as the person's work is significant. Something else apart from what is bosses are concerned about the excellence of the work because work generates revenue. Bosses are not bothered by the casual clothes. They're interested in good quality of the work, which is considered positive spin. Same thing, both are same, just written in different words. Both are same, so supporting idea is not actually justifying it. Getting it? All right. For example, so everywhere so far is written are interested. Bosses are not bothered. Bosses should not be bothered. The question is they should not care and try to retain the same things. Hope you're getting it so far. Any doubts? All fine. Okay. For example, large companies like Google pay more attention, should pay more attention, or give an instance and then say, hence they should pay attention to this. If they pay attention to this, the other things which are not important, it is not going to make any difference. If they pay attention to clothes, a product based company. See, I was working with Samsung. Literally, a person could actually come in shorts and sit there. We used to carry blanket pillows. They sleep off there. This is like long time back. Because all that matters to the product based company is not what dress we wear. It's just what the Einstein brain does. Correct? All those things, even if they wear this and if the employers are not okay with it, this may hurt the sentiments of the person. Correct? That may not promote the, like the company's attitude or the culture, which may impact in a negative way. If you just give them the freedom, do whatever you want. A person would be really free to perform in his own way and actually adds on to the creativity, and hence owners should never care about what dress they wear. In this way this has to be written. Large companies like Google pay more attention to providing satisfaction and comfort to employees than to their attires while working, so that employees can perform better and produce greater output. Same thing. How will they produce greater output if you don't pay attention to their attires? If you don't pay attention to their attires, and that's, give them the freedom they deserve. With this freedom, with this free will, they don't feel like suffocated. As a result, their creativity just mounts. I need a proper reasoning, given an example to prove, which is not written. Attire simply used. Yes, you need to write attire means dresses. You need to compare both the things. The question is dress, work. See, there are two things: work versus dress. That's the debate. The question demands this debate to be made in the entire essay. That doesn't mean that you simply write work, dress, attire. Simply write is not going to make sense, not going to give you scores. You just have to prove a valid point here, isn't it? Probably if you allow them to dress the way they want, it reflects a sign of comfort, a sign of trust, a sign of freedom that this company provides to the employees. As a result, they gain the same thing back, same respect back. As a result, employees will work better. And lot of things could have been written. The first line, revenue for the company, produce greater output. Yes, the person is trying to write on the same, but not with valid points. Therefore, Google grants their employees full freedom in the workplace. No, this is the word that I wanted from the beginning, and does not inquire about uniforms or employee card, even if they are not wearing during office hours. You always remember, never write in continuous tense. Always write in present tense or future tense. is also fine. Or use models. What exactly I meant. Let's look at this. I'll just rewrite this entire thing. Just observe. These are the golden things. Grants their employees. Google should grant. This should. It's not a future tense, it's a using a modal verb. Should, would, could. Should grant their employees full freedom and should not inquire about uniforms or employee card. Even if, can anyone correct this now? Are not is wrong. Are not ing is 100% wrong. Can anyone correct these three words, please? Let's see if anyone can. Gurleen, Shubham, Arjun, Samsung SM515F, Kavita. It's easy. It takes 2 seconds to write that. They are not wearing is wrong. I want something which is not in continuous tense. Array, yaar, come on, please. Anybody, it's very simple. If they don't write are not wearing, if I'm not putting are not wearing, then what should I write? Anybody? If they, very good, Arjun. Shouldn't be wearing. I don't want ing. मुझे ing नहीं चाहिए. I don't want that ing. Then don't use word should. Anything else? Or should not. If they do not wear. That's all it is. Things are simple. Just don't complicate it. Write in a very simple way possible. That's it. Getting it? An entire thing is wrong. But it looks wow, wow, wow. It's looking very nice, written very nicely. No, this will not score 7. You write in much simpler way possible. You will get 8 also. What is required is what is the question and what is the answer? Are they relatable? Question is what is your name? Answer is you're telling your neighbor's name, your friend's name. That's how it is. Correct? What employers are doing is what is written. Question is what employers should do. It's never written. And all the points here are not so greatly written, especially justification. Probably I'll just write few lines because you have to write now after I explain the third paragraph. So I'll just leave some summary of it. I'm not prepared. I was just looking into it like 2 minutes back. So this is like a fresh essay for me as well. To begin with, or firstly, let's say I always go with if, the word if, or these kind of words give me that add on to write 2 sentences. If I go to a hotel, then I do this. 2 sentences I can write. So it's easy for me to write some sentences, right? Add some ideas. To begin with, or you can say to begin with, work is completely different from the attire and employers should give weightage to work than attire, or you can just say employers, or you can also say giving weightage to work over the dressing sense can actually promote freedom within the workspace. So now my point is when you do this, it actually gives freedom. And with this freedom, creativity unbounds. With creativity, what is going to happen? And then give an example wherein you talk about a Google company where people are allowed to come in shorts or whatever the dress they want. And if you don't do this, probably you are too hell-bent, adamant on uniform, probably it restricts them from doing things. As a result, it may bounce back or it may, like take a toll on the company's image or output or profit. But I would have started something like this, wherein this is my thing. And then I'll say, this means restricting on the dress, and some companies can actually hinder the mindset and do not heed or do not reap any benefit. Now, For instance, I'll write 4 to 5 sentences slowly and explain. If you restrict, and my point is for some companies, why? Because I'm going with partial agreement. In some cases, you tell me which companies need uniform. Think and tell me. So because that's how you um, brainstorm before you start writing an essay. You should have complete clarity. What kind of companies need this uniform? Every company do not need uniform. Anybody? What kind of companies need a proper uniform set? Hello? Knock, knock. Anybody? Array, are you all order? I just ordered from Swiggy. And Swiggy guy doesn't come in uniform. Will you trust him? Very good, Arjun. Front desk based. Airlines. Correct. The companies where the customer's direct interaction is possible. Those kind of companies, marketing companies, agencies, ad agencies, which actually gives that feel, okay, oh, this company is good. Oh, so good. So, like they're so disciplined. Those kind of companies, hotel kind of thing, where people look at the cleanliness, people look at the dress and then decide should they enter or not. Product based companies, all that matters is product. I'm using a Samsung phone. Whether the developer who developed this code for the phone wore a suit and then did it, or wore a pajama and did it, or wore nothing and did it, I don't care. At the end of the day, I want this to work. So same thing, if you have that clarity before writing, then you write some companies. Here, for instance, for a product-based company, you can start uniform, maybe immaterial, but in that way, you start, and then say, if you restrict them with uniform, it may hinder the growth. That's all it is. Now, third paragraph, you exactly know what has to be written. Correct? Now, third paragraph is very easy to write. The other thing is, the other idea is, the partial agreement. Right? Agree is fine, disagree. In some companies, uniform really work like magic. And talk about the companies which need to begin with. Now, let's see. So, this is wrong. I've explained you in a proper way, I believe. Now, hope you understood it. I would have started something like this, and there is no perfect answer. Many people are wondering, when can I start writing like this? You will write the way you want it, the way, like in your own style. So there is nothing like a perfect answer. You write in your way, I'll give the feedback. Getting it? You don't have to use the same words, nothing. If I write like this, I'll get 8, nothing like that. There is nothing like a perfect answer. You write in a way that, goes with the topic, you'll get the scores. Okay, let's read the next one. Why uniform is important. Paying attention to the clothes of employees is significantly important as it may foster. See, after may, might, will, would, shall, could, all these modal verbs, you never use s. It fosters, it promotes, or it may foster. May foster uniformity and discipline in the workplace. Great. It will foster discipline in the workplace. Definitely, yes, I'm not denying. But why we need this? If the person writes, I'll give marks. If the person doesn't write, simply write uniform and discipline will help companies get profit. Simply you cannot write. You have to prove, isn't it so? Let's see. This implies that without proper reforms, individuals may not learn to value the work ethics and norms, and it will become difficult for employees to manage a large staff when they're taking office policies casually. 100% wrong. This is not what is expected. It started off so well. No starting trouble. But in the middle, the car is broke down. Forgot to fill the petrol or diesel. Forgot to charge because it's electric. Tire puncture. Starting may no problem. People usually have the starting trouble. Second, third paragraph, there is no starting trouble. But in the middle, the car is broken. For example, when an entrepreneur starts a new company, initially, if they allow, who is they? Entrepreneur, an entrepreneur. If he allows, otherwise, you cannot write that as they. Otherwise, you say if entrepreneurs start a new company initially, if they allow, if he allows their staff, his staff, okay, so all this series of mistakes, his staff to come to office in a casual way, it becomes very difficult for them to bring discipline. Why? Who told? Then prove it if you think so. Consequently, the firm may struggle to bring uniformity and introduce itself as a reputable brand. All wrong, 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 wrong. probably how it should have been written. Just rewriting them. Paying attention to clothes is significantly important as we follow discipline in the workplace. This means certain companies which are into marketing or HR needs to showcase, or probably I wouldn't have written uniformity discipline. Paying attention to clothes of employees is significantly important as it may foster. Okay, this means certain companies which are into marketing HR needs to showcase their uniformity to attract the clients. And if uniform is not given attention, if not paid attention, it may mean they lose all the clients. For example, Zomato, an Indian food delivery. Sorry that I should ask you guys to write it, but I'm just going in a flow. Don't stop me. I'll just finish it in like 1 or 2 minutes and then I'll make you write differently. I'll just erase all this and then I'll make you write differently and give the feedback. Okay. Zomato, an Indian food delivery company, is watched by millions while receiving the food. Go in your at your ease. No need to rush. No need to write lengthy sentences. Finish it fast. No, I'm just trying to, unwind one by one. Stories, I'm just unwinding one by one. Watched by millions while receiving the food. Here, the dress code of the delivery representative becomes crucial to build a promising image in the minds of clients, in the minds of the people or the clients. If the uniform doesn't, yeah, no, I'm not saying is not following. I'm trying to put it in the present tense. Doesn't follow business protocols or doesn't follow the code of conduct, it may give a bad impression and soon may lose the clients. I'm just trying to write on my own. Hence, paying attention to the clothes is a mandatory step for some companies which are or who are enough. This is enough. I just gave you the entire thing. So the ideas I have copied from the person who wrote the essay, but I wrote in my own way. Meaning I took someone's phone, not the phone. I took only the processor, but I built my own phone. Inside the pillar, or the crux of it is the same, but outlook is all different. This phone was, like probably in white color. I took the processor of it and built, all the polishing done in a different way. This is what essay writing is. Idea generation at one end and justification, representation on the other hand, which is actually called task response, coherence, cohesion. Rest, lexical resource, that is vocabulary, grammar, is not of great importance as compared to task response and coherence, cohesion. They're also important, but these two are more important. Task response is the ideas, coherence, cohesion is how you represent the ideas. So I've just given you a small hint on how to do it. Any doubts so far? Any doubts?